Hello, everybody. It's me, A King, and you know what? I haven't done one of these in a long time. Before I used to call them AK True Story, but I'll just call it Story Time, whatever. I mean, I don't like calling it Story Time because a lot of people, a lot of these influencers use it like that and make these stupid ass stories and exaggerate it and stuff. You know, it's just you know how it goes, but. With me, I'm just gonna be talking about something. I used to do this a lot before, and especially with things that happened when I was in high school back in the day. Maybe I would say in 2016, maybe 2017. I think it was around 2017. Yeah, definitely 2017, around there. A lot of in the school I was, there used to be a lot of drama going around. I mean, to be honest, it was a school full of rejects and because they had a no bullying thing, and there was a lot of rejects, a lot of kids who got bullied. That's how I would describe them. um yeah, so sorry if you can kind of hear my mouth a little bit. Like, I got the mic kind of a little close so you can hear me. um But back in the day, I made videos because, well, to be honest, it was pretty immature of me, I suppose. But I wanted them to, I wanted to get them back. A few people that, we're kind of cool now. Well, there's two that I'm cool with, and then one that apparently is cool with me, but I haven't really seen him or talked to him or anything. But he was very jealous of me, I guess, is the best word to put it, because he was always talking behind my back, talking shit behind my back, and you know I kind of exposed them, explaining the kind of just saying it to the world, to what they were doing, and kind of how stupid it was. And I don't remember. Yeah, I think I just and I was like mean, because, well, they always saw me as weak. They always saw me as a literally, and bro, instead of like shooting up some school or something, which hell no, I'm not that type of person. Absolutely not. I'm not a person who want to make people suffer in that way. But I wanted them to hurt, at least, to, like, for them to be. And I wasn't even to hurt. I just wanted to make them mad, honestly. Because all the everything that they made me feel and that they put me through at the time. And I mean, I literally went to, like, well, I can't really disclose that information, but I was put in in a you know in a psychiatric, like, place, because I said that I was going to off myself, because the person who was it was basically, he got to me, and he was good at that. He was smart and whatnot. The dude is smart. I mean, we're cool now, years later. We're both adults now, and we're cool now. But back in the day, it was all just petty shit from him and me. And yeah, I was put in that, and I didn't want to disclose it because then people could use it against me. But to be honest, it does not affect me at all. You can say that as, oh, you were in a psychiatric, or you stupid ass, like, you insane. But no, it doesn't matter to me, because I knew I was fine even when I came in there. I mean, I just said that because I was frustrated, and I said it that way. And even though, and after that, I learned that you can't just be saying those things around, and no, I did not have the intentions of offing myself at all. I was frustrated, and I said that, and they took it seriously. The school took it seriously, and I was put there. So if you were thinking about using that against me, I'm going to tell you that I will laugh at your face. Like, it does not mean shit to me, like, at all. It really does not. I don't really care. You're gonna look silly when it comes to me. You can't use it against me. It does not affect me at all. Literally, I had fun over there, to be honest. There was a whole ass Xbox and everything, bro. It was like fun. They had 2K, like, like, they had 2K, they had FIFA, like, shit was fun. So I don't really care. But anyway, I got out, and the dude had alone time with my who was my girlfriend at the time. We're not together now, but we're good. You know, I mean, I'm not the type of person. I know a lot of people hold grudges, but me personally, I'm not the type of person to hold grudges. Actually, I have stories for other times, but I don't know if I should do it. because I mean, doing these type of stuff got me in trouble. But I'm doing this one specifically because it's about the school that I was in. And in the school that I was in, um, they, when the video released, when I made that one video about them, not the school, about the kids. Remember the kids who, the same guys I made the video on. They're deleted now, by the way, because the school made me delete them. You know, basically. Well, I deleted on my own because they were going to, they cried. They were basically legit crying to the principal, talking about, oh, yo, Kenneth did this, he did this, he did that, like, and the video basically, he did this video about us talking. No, I just want to say that I did not name drop them. I did not drop their names at all. I didn't say, I didn't mention their names. Because I think it was kind of messed up. If even though I did not like them at the time, it was kind of messed up even to me. Just not just dropping their names online like that. It's online, like anybody can see it, and it stays there forever. I guess not this time, but and I wasn't gonna drop their names like that. So I didn't drop their names, but I did describe them, I guess, but it wasn't even like a super in detail description. Like, are you serious? Like, can you really describe some, a friend to some random person, and do you think they're gonna know exactly who you're talking about? No. So I didn't worry. So I didn't care, but they still use it against me. Like, they were like, "Oh, you still describe them though. You can't describe them." But even as a little kid, as a little shit I was, I'm like, bro, it wasn't 2017. So I mean, I guess I was like, how young must have I don't I'm not gonna do the math right now. I'm not gonna take my time doing that right now. But even at that age, I was like, dude, like, I nobody knows who they are. Chill, it's fine. And I think the reason I did those was because I was inspired by well, I mean, the story time people, they've done that a lot, but that's not who I was inspired by. I was inspired by Luna. You don't know who Luna is? Is a channel that makes videos kind of talking about crazy things that have happened in his life, and he hasn't mentioned their names, but they mentioned how he looked like, and the name he puts for them, for whoever he's talking about. He just makes up a fake name. I didn't make up a fake name at all. I just said that I wasn't gonna mention them, and I call it he, she, and whatnot. Pronouns weren't a thing like that at the time. Weren't as how things are being dealt with now. That not at the time. It was, weren't even wasn't even mentioned. Wasn't even a thing people cried about. You know what I mean? But hold on. I'm not putting this in a script. I'm just kind of winging it, man. I'm just talking about it. So, I didn't mention their names, but I described them, and they still cried at them, and they cried at the principal, and the principal and just the whole school basically, who worked there, they were gonna they were gonna look for my video. They were gonna look for my video to see how it was, and expel me. Like, not even, like, not suspend me or anything, literally kick me out of the school because they saw me and they're like, look at, me in comparison to them. Like, they look like they've been the bullied ones. Like, they're like all the precious little souls because, bro, they look like, they look like they got bullied. And yes, even if they say that now and they confront me about it, I will say it to their face. Yes, you look like people who got bullied. I mean, and that's just it. And I hope you can admit that yourself too, because it's not an insult. It's just, I'm just being honest with you, man. But then when they saw me, they're like, no, this man doesn't seem like he gets bullied at all. So I guess he's the bully. Like, like I'm the bully. No, it was weird because in that school, the ones who were bullied were the bullies for some reason because there was nobody to bully them. Nobody on top. That made me realize that maybe bullies are not so bad after all. Because damn, I mean, look what happens. I thought that, a school with no bullies and whatnot. I mean, at first there was a few bullies, yes, but they kind of left with time. I guess it was handled, I suppose. But still, the bullies were there because the ones who got bullied are the bullies. So bullying still happened in that school, even though it was a no bullying school and whatnot. But So they thought I was the bully, but no, they basically bullied me because I was just a nice kid and whatnot. I always been nice. I guess I'm not as nice anymore because you gotta be a little bit tougher. You can't. I mean, you be nice to whoever you gotta be. You end up being nice. You be respectful. That's what you gotta do. But if they disrespect you, then you disrespect them. Because it's mutual. It's a mutual respect. You know what I mean? So. So it's not like you gotta be tough or whatnot or be like, "What you looking at?" like or anything like that. Anything, not anything cheesy like that. But so I was just like, I was very nice, respectful. So they kind of took advantage. Damn. Let's get past that, bro. They just took advantage of that, and you know, they kind of were treating me like literally like they were very kind of they believed in spirit animals and one dude believed he was like he told me like yo yes like she like my girlfriend well my ex at the time my ex now but that she oh yes and she can travel other worlds with her mind and stuff and that friend of her was like yes and I made multiverses and she actually comes and I made a whole multiverse. I made worlds, and like she comes and visits, and I'm like, even myself, like I know they were teenagers or whatnot, but I was just like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Like seriously, what are you talking about? Like even I couldn't do that role play shit. Like it's not like it's literally it sounds like role play for real. Like I no man, like I don't know. I like to joke around and stuff, but like I don't know. They genuinely believed it, genuinely made all that. Why? What was the reason? I never understood it, but then later on I hooked up with some other friends instead who weren't like them. We were they had a lot of fun. They were kind of cool at the time. I don't consider them cool at all today. Honestly, I consider them a few of them are like bums to be honest. But a few of them, not everyone. If they want to ask me like, oh, who's the bum, huh? You come and ask me, and I'll be honest with you for real. I don't got shit to hide. Like I'm not gonna lie to nobody to save anybody to my ass. Like the truth is the truth, and I'm going with the truth. Um, I'm not gonna be nervous about it. I really don't care. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I hooked up with them, and then we made jokes like, oh, yo, he's God, and then it kind of just went mainstream in the school itself, and everybody knew about those jokes, and that's a story for another day. But you see how they were, that they were like all these. It was very delusional type, and especially who was my girlfriend at the time. Everybody was around her, and I'm not saying that she wanted it or anything, but she always got attention. I don't know why. I don't know what. I mean, to be honest, if we put it on simple terms, they were nothing but Sims. Those dudes were literally they were losers number one, and they were every time she is still a very sentimental person, which is nothing it's not an insult or anything. That's how she is, and I accept her how she is, and even to this day I understand that she's a sentimental person, and that's not a bad thing. A lot of people can be pretty sentimental, and it's not like she gets offended over everything. It's not. It's just that she's been through a lot, and she's pretty sentimental, and I accept that now. I accept it, but when she got sentimental, kids went at her were like, "Yo, like, are you okay? Like, are you okay?" Everybody, and that was at the time that was my girl. Like, bro, that's my job. And everybody was over here. Oh, it's okay. I can take care of you, and like everybody wanted to take her, honestly. And it came to a point that it kind of got to her head a bit, and she knows it to this day and it kind of got to her head a bit, and she walked away when I talked to her. Like she kind of, and to me, it looked like she looked at herself now more important than she is, and it kind of got to her head, and I didn't like that. So I was like, okay, we're through, and that's it. And the whole school, says they were with her. They were simps at her, and they hated me. Everybody was looking at me bad. One of her friends tried kicking me in the balls, like for real. It was insane. So you see how that whole school was, and I'm like, no, I'm getting away from these people because these people are just delusional and thirsty. To be honest, I mean, you can tell they're thirsty as hell. Like, come on. So I moved away from them and I went with the other group and I had a lot of fun there, have a lot of good memories. Well, there's some bad memories too, but whatever. And it's not something I'm gonna explain. It really does not matter. It's nothing really. It's just when you're teenagers, you're all dumb. You know what I mean? I was dumb as a teenager. They were dumb as teenagers. Teenage years are just dumb, man. So that's why you can't hold it against people later on in the future because teenage years are the dumb years. Even for the people calling out other people, like cancel culture be calling out people. Oh, you did this when you were this old. You must be canceled. Like, bro, he was dumb at that age, and you were probably dumb at that age and done stupid things like that too. But you don't know because you're so full of yourself. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting off track. Um, so after everything they've done, how they made me feel, I made the video on them, right? So they were kind of just like, sorry if I'm stalling. I don't get ads, bro. Like I don't get past the 10-minute mark to make ads. I just like talking and you know I'm just kind of like I'm saying I'm like what I like I said I'm not doing this with a script. I'm just doing it like I'm just doing it raw. You know what I mean? So like sorry, you see, because I'm doing it raw and I don't have like a script or anything. I get lost a little bit sometimes. So anyway, they were like flexing that, oh, they're about to kick you out because of that video. You're about to get expelled. And I was like, oh, okay. Because they kept like rubbing it in my face, right? Because they believed them and they had sympathy for them and stuff. So I just went on my phone real quick and deleted it. And when they were looking at it, they were looking for it. They couldn't find it. And they just kind of looked like they were the liars, you know what I mean? Or I guess in reality they probably just believed like, which is the thing that happened, that I erased the video to save myself, which yes I did, cause yeah, I mean it's whatever, So I think I made another video later on, I think, and then I was taking class, another video talking about everything that happened afterwards. Um, and like the social what is it called, the social worker, I guess that's how it's called, I don't know. And in Spanish it's called la trabajadora social. um the one who worked there, they called me out of to take, like to come out of the class and go to like their office, and then they told me like, oh, we want you to delete these videos. And that's when, in my opinion, a school took control over my YouTube channel, and they had it for a while. So they were always you know, they were monitoring everything I was doing, like every video I posted. Maybe it was that, or the kids themselves complained, and maybe it was that. Because then every video, if I made something on them and I tried to be kind of secretive about it, they would know and they would tell me, yo, they would put my channel on their computer and they make me go in my channel and delete it. And they're right there sitting with me and they're like, no, don't put it private, delete it. And I had to delete it. I don't have those videos now. And even if I did, I wouldn't post them again because they were stupid child things. And to be honest, I do not want to see myself again talking about those stuff you know. But I'm mentioning it now in a more mature way. Now that I'm 18, and I wouldn't say I'm completely mature. There's obviously more to learn. There always is, but I'm not going to do anything stupid. Before I used to just do things without thinking about it, and now, I've learned lessons, and I think that's what life does. You see them as mistakes, see them as lessons. There are mistakes, but turn them into lessons. You end up winning at the end internally, and that's what matters. So, right, they took control of my whole channel basically. And I'm talking about this now because, well, I'm no longer in that school, and they really can't do anything about it. I don't care if they call me. I'm not answering their calls. I don't have to. I don't owe them anything. So they always see me as a problem. Like I was always being blamed for things. Like that school just didn't believe them because they looked it's the truth, but they looked like losers, okay? And I'll say like, bro, y'all look at the things y'all used to do. There's no way y'all thought that y'all were seen as cool. Like, come on, man, you be real with yourself. And I'll say it if they have to. If they come to me, if you have the balls to confront me about it, I'll have the balls to answer it too. So, um, so yeah, they always believed them, and I was always the problem. That even when my mom finally got me to change schools, the old principal was like, "Oh, let me know if things go bad, and cause we can take care of him here." You know what I mean? Oh, like I took it as he's too much of a problem. They might not be able to handle him over there in the new school. And I hated that because I wasn't the problem ever. I might have made mistakes, maybe doing those type of videos like that without thinking about it and just being raw like that. Maybe that was a mistake, absolutely, but I'm not an issue. I wasn't the issue. I was just a nice person, and they took advantage of that. So they took control over my channel, making sure, looking at everything I posted, and if I posted something talking about them, they will come over and tell me to delete it. It was insane. I hated that. I hated that because I made a YouTube channel for myself, and then this school just took control of my channel. I hated the fact that I had to put my account on their computer. Hopefully, like, they lost it, or maybe it stayed. What happens? Maybe the computers got damaged or something. Hopefully, I'm sorry, but I don't want that because they had my account on their computer. Like, literally, they could have just accessed my account anytime they wanted. Like, no joke. And I hated that thought. I'm like, I made this account for myself. I wanted to create videos, and yes, I did use that to like kind of vent, but I mean, I named it under AK True Story, right? But I didn't like that. I didn't like that they held that over me. It's like if your school that you were in held all your social media accounts, and every time you did something they didn't like, they deleted it, and you didn't even know. When you checked, it's deleted. You know what I mean? It's messed up. That's not their business, man. And it shouldn't be their business either, honestly. It's just stupid teenager stuff. I mean, I wasn't dumb enough of a teenager to mention their names outside and to make it a legal problem. You know what I mean? It never, because I knew that, oh, maybe if I just start mentioning their names, it could be like some sort of legal problem could happen. You know what I mean? If I mention their names. So I didn't mention their names at all. I was smart about it too. So it's not like I just name dropped them like that. I wasn't that dumb. But yeah, maybe it was a little dumb. But I had my reasons, and you know what? You would think like, oh, I guess you regret it, right? I mean, you regret going through all of that. I don't regret a thing. Sure, it sucked. It definitely sucked. But if I regret it, I wouldn't have been, probably a part of me wouldn't have been here right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have learned from those, from that experience. I wouldn't have learned from that experience at all. So I'm glad I went through it, even though it sucked. But I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad I went through a lot of things that sucked, that were horrible, and and hurt and whatnot, and just stuff like that, because those are the things that shape you and build who you are later on in life. So I'm not ashamed of what I did. Well, am I ashamed? Maybe. But do I regret it? Absolutely not. I do not regret it one bit. I'm glad things happened that way. I'm glad, even though it sucked and I I was like nervous all the time and stuff like that. I I don't regret it. I guess I would say I would do it again. If I went back in time, I would do it again because it shaped me for who I am today. But anyway, I guess that's it. After that, I left the school, went to another school. Things went horrible that way in the other school. If you want me to talk about that, I mean, I think a lot of people who are in the last school I was in, are in my university. So I don't want to talk about it because they already don't like me over the stuff that I didn't really even do anything over there. I think I called one girl I guess I called her ugly, and her friends hate me. I said I didn't call her ugly. I said, like, cause I thought that she thought I was in love with her or something, and she kind of like, like, oh no, like, yeah, she was like, I have a boyfriend, and there's those type of girl that exists who they're like, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend, even though you weren't implying that. So I said on a Instagram story, instead of doing the AK True stories, I did it on Instagram stories. I was like, I talked about her, but I didn't. Again, I don't mention names. So I talked about her. I guess I was a teenager, other dumb teenager stuff, and I said, she's not really my type. Like, it's not like, you know. I guess I said it a little bit worse, just a bit. I didn't say she was ugly, but ever since, I guess her friends don't like me, and but I did apologize and stuff, and I'm like, that's not what I meant to say. I didn't think about it through, and I apologize. That you are actually very beautiful, but yeah, like, it's that wasn't my intent. I wasn't trying to be with you. You know what I mean? But yeah, ever since, and they've held that for 3 years now against me. They still hate it. They still hate me. Over that and other things. One of their friends also betrayed me, basically. Kind of, no, not betrayed me. Befriended me, basically. Acted like a friend the whole time, and then when school was over, she just blocked me everywhere. So it's kind of messed up. I've been through a lot of bad stuff, a lot of trash people, and you know what? I don't care how they feel about what I just said right now. That shit defines you as trash, because you can't just, like, imagine holding, like, you can't just hold grudges over people. Life is too short for that, man. Honestly, I'm pissed at what happened, but I forgive you. I forgive you because I'm better than you, bro. Yeah, that's why I forgive you, because I'm a better person. I'm a better person than you. That's why I forgive you, because I'm better than you. Because look at you, you still holding it against, even though I've apologized and stuff, even though I apologized, they still held it against me for 3 years now. It's been 3 whole years and they still have a grudge against me. It's insane, man. Guys, whoever's watching this, man, don't hold grudges against people. I know that sometimes, like, oh, yeah, but they would never learn their lesson, or, oh, yo, but they deserve it. No, no, no. Like, bro, do it for yourself. Don't hold grudges because you gotta do this for yourself. It's not worth it, man. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you want me to do another one or continue with that, let me know, man. See you next time. God bless. Or if you don't believe in God, it's fine, bro. But see you later.